Yes. It just occurred to me. There is one thing that I wanted to try. So today I sharpened it. This was before, after 2 days of work, and this is after. And this much cutting performance is more than enough. Trader Joe. Yep, this is perfectly fine. So just because it doesn't cut through rolled up towel doesn't mean it's not good enough. There is one thing I can try. Very simple, very quick. So I just wanted to do this experiment before I go to bed. So this is a story of Ura-oshi on my scenery out to Yanagiba. So how it started was rolled up towel cutting test. After a few days of work, cutting performance drops like this much, and after fully sharpened, it cuts like this. But it puzzled me. When it was brand new, it did cut through completely. But I always end up like this. So I was wondering and wondering and wondering what happened, what's going on. This is Vesta 1000. At around 12:30, it just occurred to me. And I did some experiment, and look at this. Yes, it does cut through rolled up towel, and this one is pretty good condition. So it is kind of really thick, and it still cuts through. Let's check the edge. It cuts this much. The problem is it's slipping somewhere around here. It should cut much deeper than this. So I was doing some sharpening after midnight, almost 1 o'clock. So that's why, I just woke up and I haven't even shaved. That's why hair is so messy. So this is Vesta 1000. These days I only use it for brand new Yanagiba, deburr, usubars, Ura-oshi. Meaning when I purchase brand new knife that has Ura-ski that I have to make Ura-oshi, I use this one. My biggest mistake with this knife was when I received it, I made a kind of open box video. If you haven't seen it, see it. And it did cut through rolled up towel completely with just out of the box edge. So I thought, oh okay, I can just start using it. And that I normally don't do. I always make Ura-oshi first on this Vesta 1000, and then I do the regular sharpening and finish Ura-oshi on Sharpton 6000, or I used to use Kitayama 8000, but it doesn't matter. As long as the stone is flat and it's higher grit than 3000, it works. So this was before the sharpening, and let's see how it does. The Ura-oshi wasn't really completely done, especially around this area. Yet even $600 Yanagiba, you still have to make Ura-oshi. You need something hard surface and dense to do Ura-oshi, especially making Ura-oshi in first place. Apparently, there is a group of idiots who believe, he's doing wrong. Backside is for deburring only. You only sharpen the bevel side. And those people, they leave comment on YouTube videos here and there and preaching people. And if you ever come across with those comments, those advice, just ignore them. They don't know the real world. If you just keep sharpening on this side and don't put this side on the stone, just deburring on leather strop, for example, what happens is, what will happen is this. No matter how much work you do on the beveled side, it will never ever be truly functional. You have to put the back side on the stone. The point is just don't over sharpen, don't overdo it. Meaning, you use something like 1000 only in the beginning, only when you first establish the Ura-oshi. And probably 6 months later, a year later, depending on how often you use, how hard you use, and how much metal you remove from kiriha, you may have to re-establish Ura-oshi. That's it. There is nothing really a secret. It is just some people are spreading the wrong information, false information, because they read something online and thinking they understand everything without real world experience. And they start preaching people. So be aware those mouthy, strongly opinionated people, especially online forum. And what I was saying.
Take me down to the river where the peace won't run dry. Gather round at the river,
Yes.
where my soul comes to life and I come alive.
You need to sharpen backside on the stone, not just sharpening on the beveled side and then just deburr the back side. Some of you may ask, well, what about Emerson knives, including Ernie Emerson himself? Everybody says you only need to sharpen one side and then deburr the back side and you are done. You are talking about two different categories of knives. Okay, Emerson knives, what are they? They are primarily designed as a weapon, secondarily a utility tool. And to put it the other way, they are meant for cut and throw away kind of tasks. In other words, the quality of the cut doesn't matter because you cut and then throw away. These things we cut and save and serve them to the customer and charge it. And it's not cheap depending on where you live, depending on where you work. The price is different, but they are not cheap by any means. So quality of the cut, it does matter. When you cut sashimi, you don't want to do this. You need to be able to cut through with just one stroke. This is probably the first big controversial. Yes, I said don't believe those big mouth opinionated guys on online forums. You probably should ask them to show all the people how skilled they are with the knives. If they can't even do katsuramuki, they have no business preaching people about these things.